If you work in manufacturing or engineering, you are all too familiar with the challenge of trying to manage a whole web of different suppliers. So today we're going to look at a company, Vintage Machining Solutions, that's making a really bold promise to be the one single source for all your machining needs. Let's see how they do it. And yeah, it really all starts with this question, doesn't it? Are you just tired of that constant juggling act? You've got multiple phone calls, conflicting timelines, different quality standards from different shops. It's a massive headache that just burns through time and energy. And that's really the heart of the problem. You're always on the lookout for that one single partner you can actually count on, someone who can handle all the different kinds of precision parts you need, and who can finally untangle that messy supply chain that costs you so much time and money. Well, this is exactly where Vintage Machining Solutions steps into the picture. They're setting themselves up to be that one-point solution. Their whole goal is to redefine what reliability means by just being that single, accountable point of contact for everything you need machined. And just listen to their mission statement. It's not just about cutting metal. They're talking about excellence, integrity, and quality. These are the building blocks for becoming the most recognized and competitive supplier out there. This tells you their goal isn't just to get a purchase order, it's to build a real reputation based on trust. Okay, that's a pretty strong promise, right? But talk is cheap. You've got to have the gear to back it up. So let's do just that. Let's take a little virtual tour inside the workshop and see the actual equipment they're using to make good on these promises. All right, first up, they're LMW turning machines. Now, what do these numbers actually mean for you? Well, that 320 millimeter diameter and up to 500 millimeter length on the bigger model, that means they can handle a really solid range of cylindrical parts. We're talking about things like shafts, flanges, bushings, all those critical components, done with precision. Next, we've got their vertical milling machine. That's a nice big table, for sure. But where it gets really interesting is the travel in the X, Y, and Z axes. That range gives them the flexibility to machine really complex shapes and features on bigger parts. This isn't just for simple cuts. This is for intricate, three-dimensional work. And this right here, this 900 millimeter X-axis travel is a huge deal. For you, as the client, this is a game changer. It means they can either machine one much larger component or, and this is clever, they can set up a bunch of smaller parts on the table all at once. Either way, that translates directly into getting your parts faster and at a lower cost. And for the really big jobs, they've got this beast, a heavy-duty lathe, a 7-foot bed, a wide 52 millimeter spindle bore. This is the workhorse of the shop. It's built for those massive, heavy industrial parts where you absolutely need stability and raw power to machine them correctly. But here's the thing, they don't stop at just machining. They also have welding and cutting equipment right there in-house, and that is so important. It means you're not stuck waiting for your parts to be shipped out to some other vendor for welding. It all happens under one roof, which really drives home that one-stop shop idea and saves you a ton of time. All right, so the machines are impressive, no doubt. But you and I both know the best equipment in the world doesn't mean a thing without a solid process behind it. And that brings us to their culture of quality, how they make sure every single part that leaves their shop is absolutely perfect. And here's how they do it. It all comes down to 3 simple but really powerful ideas. First, they focus on getting rid of waste and inconsistency. Second, they're always pushing to get better every single day. And third, everything, and I mean everything, is backed up by precision measurement. This is the system that guarantees quality part after part. And when they talk about precision, they're not just throwing words around. Look at the tools they're using to prove it. You've got height gauges and vernier calipers for general measurements, and then you have the really high accuracy stuff like micrometers and slip gauges to check those super tight tolerances. This is the evidence of their quality control in action. So what happens when you put it all together? You take that one-point solution promise, you add in all that versatile and powerful machinery, and then you back it all up with a serious culture of quality? Well, you get this confident call to action. Let's build the future together. And I've got to say, I love this part. It's not some generic email blast, it's a direct personal invitation. They're basically saying, hey, don't just take our word for it. Come on down and see for yourself. That kind of open door policy shows real confidence in what they're doing. So if you're thinking you might want to take them up on that offer, here's all the info you need. You can get in touch with S.J. Kalmar, S. Tamishvanan, or M. Marcelin Jose directly.
Their email and the address for their facility are right there for you. And that brings us right back to where we started, with one simple question that sums the whole thing up. Are you ready to finally simplify your supply chain with a single point of excellence? It's a pretty compelling idea to think about.